Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up today and realizing you only have 24 hours left to live. No extensions, no second chances, just one final day to experience life. What would matter to you? Would you worry about the opinions of others? Would you waste time scrolling through distractions or arguing over things that won't matter tomorrow? Or would you finally live with the passion, courage, and purpose that you were always meant to? Too many people live as if they have unlimited time. They postpone their dreams, hold back their words, and hesitate to take action. They wait for the right moment that never comes. But the truth is, life has never guaranteed anyone another day. The only moment that truly exists is right now. If you knew your time was running out, you would stop waiting. You would speak your heart without fear. You would chase your dreams without hesitation. You would love deeply, forgive quickly, and appreciate every breath as a gift. Now, here's the real question. Why aren't you living that way already? Regret is the heaviest burden a person can carry. Not the things you tried and failed at, but the things you never had the courage to pursue. If today was your last, you wouldn't be afraid of failure. You'd be afraid of never having tried. You wouldn't care about small inconveniences. You'd cherish every second. The things that seemed impossible before would suddenly feel urgent because you would finally understand that hesitation is the enemy of fulfillment. When you act as if you only have 24 hours to live, your priorities shift. You stop tolerating negativity. You stop waiting for happiness and start creating it. You stop overthinking and start doing. You speak truth instead of silence. You make time for the people who matter instead of giving your energy to things that don't. You stop existing and start truly living. The power of this mindset is that it forces you to be intentional, to remove the unnecessary and focus only on what brings meaning to your life. To act without fear, because fear is meaningless when time is running out. The greatest tragedy is not death, it is dying without ever having truly lived. And the secret? You don't need a countdown to start making every moment count. This is your wake-up call. Live boldly. Love fearlessly. Chase your dreams relentlessly. Speak your truth unapologetically. Do what sets your soul on fire, not someday, not when it's convenient, but right now. Because when you live as if your time is limited, you will finally realize that you had everything you needed all along. Oh, tell me you only had 24 hours left. What would you do? Now go and do it, because your life is happening right now. Each day is a reminder that time is a privilege, not a promise. Many live as if they have eternity, postponing dreams and conversations for a later date. But what if that later never comes? When you embrace the idea that tomorrow is uncertain, every moment becomes valuable. You stop wasting time on trivial concerns and start investing it in things that truly matter. Life is not about counting the days, it's about making the days count. Imagine how different your choices would be if you knew your time was short. Would you still hesitate to take that leap? Would you still hold back your love? Urgency is not about panic, it is about clarity. It forces you to stop procrastinating and start pursuing the life you were meant to live. The clock is always ticking, whether you acknowledge it or not. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you start living fully. There is no better time than now. Every dream you have exists on the other side of action. The problem is, most people hesitate. They wait until they feel ready, until conditions are perfect, until fear disappears. But time does not pause for hesitation. The longer you wait, the further your dreams drift away. Action is the only thing that transforms ideas into reality. If you knew your time was limited, you wouldn't waste another second doubting yourself. You would move forward, take risks, and embrace the unknown. The greatest regret is not failure, it's never trying. When you eliminate hesitation, you gain clarity. Instead of questioning yourself, you trust that the only mistake is standing still. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, it's urgency. Those who act win, those who hesitate watch others live the life they could have had. Do not wait. Step forward now. Words left unspoken weigh heavier than the ones ever said. Every day, people hold back their true thoughts and emotions, fearing judgment or rejection. But if today was your last, you would speak freely. You would tell those you love exactly how much they mean to you. You would express your truth without hesitation. There would be no room for pride, ego, or stubborn silence. You would make peace where there is distance, offer kindness without reservation, and leave nothing unsaid. The truth is, you never know which conversation will be your last. Holding back your words only creates regret. Speak now before it's too late. Tell your story, share your feelings, and be honest in every interaction. There is no time to waste on silence when your voice has the power to change everything. Say what needs to be said now. Modern life is full of distractions, social media, endless scrolling, mindless entertainment. But none of these will matter when time is running out. If today was your last, you wouldn't care about superficial things. You wouldn't waste energy on negativity, gossip, or comparison. You would focus on the people, experiences, and passions that bring true joy. The key to living fully is to recognize what truly matters before it's too late. Strip away the unnecessary, and suddenly life becomes clear. You begin to prioritize love over status, experiences over possessions, and purpose over approval. Every moment spent on things that don't fulfill you is a moment wasted. Be intentional about where you place your energy. Simplify your life by focusing only on what adds meaning. When you remove distractions, you gain direction. And when you have direction, you start truly living. Fear controls too many lives. It whispers doubts, creates hesitation, and keeps people stuck in their comfort zones. But fear is powerless against urgency. When time is running out, fear becomes irrelevant. You no longer worry about what could go wrong. You focus on what you must do before it's too late. Imagine living each day as if fear had no control over you. You would take bolder steps, embrace new opportunities, and stop settling for less than you deserve. The truth is, fear is an illusion. It only has power if you let it. When you act despite fear, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. The only thing scarier than failure is living with regret. Do not let fear rob you of experiences, love, or success. Walk forward with courage, knowing that your time is precious. Fear loses when you choose to live fully. People spend years waiting for the perfect moment. They tell themselves, one day I'll take that risk. One day I'll start my dream. One day I'll live the life I truly want. But one day is a lie. The perfect moment will never come. If you knew your time was limited, you wouldn't wait, you would act. The only way to create your dream life is to start now. Not next year, not next month, right now. The most successful people are not the ones who waited. They are the ones who started despite uncertainty. Life rewards those who refuse to postpone their happiness. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. Stop waiting for permission. The time to act is always now. Imagine knowing you had only one more chance to say I love you to those who matter most. Would you hold back? Or would you make sure they never doubted your love? Too often, people assume they will always have time to express their feelings. They assume their loved ones already know. But love should never be implied. It should be spoken, shown, and lived every day. If today was your last, you would hug longer, laugh louder, and cherish every shared moment. You wouldn't waste time on petty arguments or meaningless grudges. You would make every interaction count. Love is the most powerful force in the world, yet it is often taken for granted. Do not wait for a final moment to show it. Love fully openly and fearlessly. Let the people in your life know they are cherished now while you still can. There is nothing more painful than looking back on a life filled with missed opportunities. Regret does not come from the things you tried and failed at, it comes from the things you never dared to do. If today was your last, you would not fear failure. You would fear the thought of never having tried at all. The truth is, failure is just a lesson. It is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Every great success was built on risks taken, on leaps of faith, on refusing to let fear win. If you knew you only had one more day, you would not hesitate. You would take the shot, make the move, and step forward into the unknown. That is the mindset of those who truly live. Do not wait for time to run out before you realize this truth. Act now so you never have to wonder, what if? Negativity drains energy, steals joy, and wastes precious time. If you had only 24 hours left, would you spend it complaining? Would you let anger and frustration dictate your final hours? Or would you choose happiness? Life is too short to focus on what is wrong. The happiest people are not the ones without problems. They are the ones who choose to see the beauty in every situation. They do not waste time on resentment or grudges. They forgive, let go, and move forward with peace. Happiness is a choice, and it starts with gratitude. When you stop focusing on what is missing and start appreciating what is present, your entire life shifts. Every moment you spend in negativity is a moment lost. Choose joy now. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Every second wasted is a second gone forever. If you knew you had only 24 hours left, you wouldn't waste a single moment. You would not wait to start living. You would embrace life with everything you have. But here's the truth. Every day is an opportunity to live fully. You don't need a countdown to start making meaningful choices. The clock is always ticking, whether you realize it or not. Stop postponing happiness. Stop delaying your dreams. Act now, live now, love now. Because one day your time will run out. Make sure you've truly lived before it does. Forgiveness is not about letting someone else off the hook. It is about freeing yourself from the weight of the past. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a heavy chain that drags you down. If today were your last, you would not waste it being bitter. You would choose peace over anger, closure over conflict. You would realize that forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength. It is the choice to no longer let past pain control your future. The time spent dwelling on what others did wrong is time stolen from your own happiness. Letting go does not mean forgetting, it means releasing the power that hurt once held over you. Every moment is an opportunity to start fresh, unburdened. Do not let old wounds define your final days. Free yourself, not for them, but for you. Life is too short to carry unnecessary weight. Choose peace now. Existing is not the same as living. Many go through life in routine, following the same patterns, never questioning whether they are truly happy. If today were your last, you would not settle for autopilot. You would break free from the ordinary, chase adventure, and fill your day with experiences that make you feel alive. True living means stepping outside of comfort, embracing the unknown, and daring to do the things that scare you. It means being fully present in each moment, not lost in worry or distraction. The difference between those who thrive and those who merely exist is choice. You get to decide whether you live boldly or fade into the background. Do not let routine steal your passion. Do not let fear keep you from the experiences that make life meaningful. Be fully alive today while you still can. Dreams are not meant to stay locked away in your mind. Too many people talk about what they wish to do, but never take the steps to make it happen. If today were your last, you would not wait. You would turn those dreams into reality, even if it meant starting small. Every great achievement begins with a single decision to act. Excuses fade when urgency takes over. You would no longer worry about whether you are ready. You would simply begin. Fear of failure would seem insignificant compared to the regret of never trying. When you act on your dreams, life responds in ways you never imagined. The path appears only when you start walking. Do not waste another moment waiting for permission. Chase your dreams now, because the future is promised to no one. Every second holds the power to create impact. People believe they need years to make a difference, but true change can happen in an instant. A kind word, a bold decision, a selfless act, these are the things that shape the world. If today were your last, you would not hold back from making an impact. You would uplift, encourage, and inspire those around you. You would use your voice to bring positivity and strength to others. The truth is, you do not need more time to leave a legacy. Every moment is an opportunity to make a difference, no matter how small. The impact you create today will continue long after you are gone. Do not underestimate the power of a single act of kindness. The world is shaped by those who choose to show up fully right now. Looking back, the things that mattered most were never material possessions, not the money, the status, or the things you collected. What mattered were the moments, the laughter, the love, the shared experiences. If today were your last, you would not care about things. You would cherish the time spent with those who mean the most. Life is not about what you own, it is about how you live. Relationships, memories, and purpose will always outweigh wealth. The most valuable things in life cannot be bought, they are felt, shared, and remembered. When you prioritize human connection over material gain, you begin to understand true fulfillment. Do not chase things, chase meaning. Invest in love and experiences, in moments that bring joy. Because at the end of it all, those are the only things that truly matter.